Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Cricket Fantasy Stats YouTube channel. Here you will be getting all cricket match previews with detailed analysis and player-wise analysis, whom to pick, whom to drop to create the best winning fantasy teams. Now let's begin with today's first T20 international match preview between the world number one Indian team versus the world champions Australia. The pitch report. So the pitch at the stadium generally favors batters and the pace bowlers. The pace bowlers gets movement in the starting power play overs, which will trouble the batsmen to score runs and can take easy wickets. So keep in mind when you are creating a fantasy team, the pace bowlers dominate in the power play and take a risk to drop the openers and pick the other batters. Dew factor will be present and the chasing team generally wins here. At this venue, there will be no assistance for the spinners. So the Indian spinner Chahal and the Australian spinner Zampa both can be dropped. So Indian team preview. To start with, Rohit Sharma, a world-class batter, a limited over specialist, a destructive top-order batsman who plays very well in the Indian conditions. Head-to-head record is not good and the venue record is also not good. Rohit Sharma generally struggles against pacers in the power play when the pacers gets movement. Rohit Sharma struggles against Cummins, Richardson. Both the bowlers will trouble Rohit in the power play and do not have Rohit as a captaincy choice. Lokesh Rahul. Everyone know how Rahul plays well in the Indian conditions. He gets to anchor the innings till the end of 20 overs. It is his home ground today. Head-to-head is looking good and look at the venue average where he has a tremendous venue average of 49. One big concern is Rahul is currently out of form, but he tries to get back into the form and he proves to dominate in the Indian conditions. A worthy candidate for a GL captaincy choice. And when you look at the matchups, Rahul struggles against Zampa and Maxwell, but in this pitch, spinners doesn't get any assistance. Hence, Rahul will be a worthy candidate for a Grand League captaincy material. Virat Kohli. King Kohli is back in his form, in his den. Look at its head-to-head record as having a 60 average and a tremendous venue record of 75. Virat Kohli loves to play against Australia and he continues his good form. He should be a must pick in your fantasy team and a captaincy choice. Surya Kumar Yadav. Surya Kumar Yadav doesn't have a best head-to-head record and a venue record. He is currently a top T20 Indian player who is in form, a very good hitter, who scores runs a 360-degree player who continues to score runs and continues his good form. He should be a must pick when India bat first, and you can drop him when India chase because the top order of Indian team chases very well, and due to the dew factor, the chasing team wins here, and we have a chase master Kohli, Rahul, and Rohit who can chase the target easily. Hardik Pandya, informed player, all-round capabilities, both batting and as well as bowling. He is expected to bowl his full quota of 4 overs. He is having a good head-to-head record of 34 average with the bat, and with the ball 6 wickets in 6 matches. A must pick in your fantasy team and a safe captaincy choice due to his all-round abilities. Batting, bowling and fielding, he might take catches as well. Rishabh Pant, one of the India's destructive T20 batter who is currently out of form. Head-to-head record and venue record is not looking good, and the chances for getting batting is very low. Avoid him in your small league teams and can be tried in a grand league. Deepak Huda is not needed. There is no chance for him to get batting as well as bowling. Avoid him in your fantasy teams. Harshal Patel, a wicket-taking bowler, a death overs Indian team specialist, bowls good cutters, yorkers, slower balls, and has a knack of picking wickets at regular intervals. Must pick and try him as a Grand League captaincy choice when India bowls first. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, an informed bowler, and in this pitch which supports the pace bowler's movement and seam, Bhuvneshwar Kumar gets wickets in the power play with his movement and swing. The Australian openers Aaron Finch and Josh English struggle against Bhuvneshwar Kumar, having a good head-to-head record by have taking 8 wickets in the 7 matches. A must to pick when India bowling first. Yuzvendra Chahal, a powerful leg spinner of the Indian team, a wicket-taking bowler. Everyone knows Chahal breaks the partnerships. Head-to-head record is not looking quite good, and the pitch at this venue doesn't offer assistance to the spinners. You can avoid him in your fantasy teams if you are taking risks, and can try him as a Grand League captain when India is bowling second. Jasprit Bumrah, India's finest bowler and a wicket-taking bowler who bowls yorkers, cutters, bouncers, a death over specialist. We have witnessed how India struggled in the Asia Cup in the absence of Jasprit Bumrah. Head-to-head record and the venue record is looking good. A must pick in your fantasy teams and can be tried as a captain when India is bowling first, fetches you a good points with his bowling and takes wickets. Let's look at the Australian team. Australian team had rested David Warner, Mitchell Starc and Marcus Stoinis in view of the World Cup, which is scheduled to begin in the next month. So Josh English makes his debut in the absence of David Warner. He has not played much T20 internationals. He is a talented player, scores runs in the domestic format, and he struggles against the swing and the pace movement. We have a swing Bhuvneshwar Kumar who takes wickets in the power play, and Jasprit Bumrah the other end who struggles Josh Inglis. On the other hand, if the Josh Inglis survives in the power play, he scores a massive runs. He will be a trump card pick in today's match in the wicketkeeper section category. Aaron Finch. Both head-to-head and venue record is not looking good. He is currently out of form and his poor form continues. He will be struggling against the mighty Bhuvneshwar Kumar and Jasprit Bumrah and loses his wickets early. Avoid him in your fantasy teams. Steve Smith, a world-class batter, not having good record in T20 internationals because it takes time for him to settle down and then score runs. He'll be batting at one down position, which is his favorite position, and try to score runs. The venue record is looking good and can be considered as a good punt in your fantasy teams. While looking at the matchups, Steve Smith struggles against Bumrah and Hardik Pandya. So both of them plays today and struggles Smith. Glenn Maxwell, a destructive batsman with his all-round capabilities in the T20 international. Everyone knows how Maxwell can be dangerous at any situations, either with the bat or ball. He contributes. Head-to-head record and venue record is looking good, but his chance of bowling is very less. In the T20 format, he is a world-class player and must not be ignored in your fantasy teams. Can be tried as a captain when Australia is batting first. Matthew Wade has a good head-to-head record against India when he opens the batting against India. Matthew Wade is expected to bat at number 5, which is not his ideal position. In the wicketkeeper category, he can be considered as a safe pick rather than Josh English, who struggles against the pace bowlers. Look at the matchups. He has a decent matchups and scores well in that Indian conditions. Tim David, a debutant for the Australian team who has been included in the World Cup squad. Recently, he has been playing in all the T20 leagues around the world, looking to be a good hitter, smashing the balls, and scores a very good runs in the last 5 overs. He will be a impact player and can be tried in a Grand League team and can score runs. He is a risky pick in small league because his batting position is low and he gets to bat only at the last 5 overs. Daniel Sams, head-to-head record is not looking good, and so far he hasn't proved in the T20 internationals. A good domestic player, a top wicket taker in BBL, but hasn't been proved yet in the internationals. Pat Cummins, head-to-head record is looking good and he's a wicket-taking bowler. One important thing is he's a batting backup and bowls in the death as well. He's a must pick in your fantasy teams as he has the knack of taking wickets, and the opposition team Rohit Rahul struggles against Pat Cummins' early movement and swing. Adam Zampa, wicket-taking bowler, very good leg spinner of the Australian team. Risky pick as the head-to-head record is not looking good and the pitch doesn't offer any assistance to the spinners. Can be dropped in your fantasy teams. Josh Hazelwood, a death over specialist in the Australian team. Very good record in the T20 internationals. A wicket taking bowler who bowls at the death and takes wickets. When Australia bowls first is a GL captaincy choice. Kane Richardson, he is a wicket taking bowler. First, when the Australia bowls first, he will be a trump card pick in your today's match. Takes wickets while bowling first, generally takes more wickets while bowling first, and bowls at the death as well, and has a knack of picking wickets. Must pick when Australia bowls first. So small league captain and vice captain choices. Safe captaincy choice Hardik Pandya. Virat Kohli is back in his form and his head-to-head and venue record are looking tremendous. And Glenn Maxwell, world's destructive T20 batter and who proves with his all-round capabilities. Grand League captain and vice captain choices Jasprit Bumrah while bowling first, Harshal Patel bowling first, Hazelwood bowling first, and remember not to drop KL Rahul in your fantasy team today because he plays well in their Indian conditions and his home ground. He loves to play in his home ground and scores runs. Hope this preview helps and create the best fantasy winning teams. The link of our Telegram channel is also shared. Please join our channel and show your support. Also subscribe our YouTube channel, Cricket Fantasy Stats. Thank you.